800 arrests. One night. Every suspect was using an encrypted phone. They trusted the technology. The technology was built by the FBI. This wasn't a hack, it wasn't a leak, it was a trap, and the criminals paid for it. In June 2021, the trap snapped shut. 16 nations, 800 targets. The global infrastructure of organized crime collapsed in a single heartbeat.
Keep moving.
This wasn't a hack.
No mistakes.
It wasn't a leak. It was a masterclass in deception. The FBI didn't just break the encryption, they owned the company. This is how the authorities became the world's biggest provider of criminal technology. Welcome to Operation Trojan Shield. ANOM devices weren't built from scratch. They were modified Google Pixels running a custom operating system, Arcane OS, a ghost in the shell of a commercial phone. On the surface, it looked like a normal phone. It even had dummy apps for Tinder and Netflix. But the real magic happened in the calculator. Enter the secret code, and you're in ANOM Messenger. It promised end-to-end encryption. But the FBI had a secret. They didn't break the code, they modified the math. Every message sent had a BCC, a blind carbon copy, sent straight to law enforcement servers. To make it real, they hired top-tier developers who didn't even know who they were working for. The FBI was running a multi-million-dollar tech startup, and their customers were the world's most dangerous men. The irony? Criminals were paying $2,000 a year for the privilege of being surveilled by the FBI. It was the most profitable intelligence operation in history. To conquer the market, the FBI needed more than code. They needed street cred. They needed an influencer. And they found the perfect one. Hakan Ayik. Ayik was a notorious drug trafficker. Without knowing it, he became the ultimate brand ambassador for the FBI. He distributed the phones to his inner circle, thinking he was giving them a superpower. The strategy worked. In the criminal world, word of mouth is everything. The phones spread like a virus. From Italian cartels to Spanish drug lords, everyone wanted an ANOM phone. By 2020, the FBI was sitting on a gold mine. They weren't just watching a few low-level dealers, they had a front-row seat to the board meetings of the world's most dangerous cartels. The volume of data was staggering. 500,000 messages every day. For the first time in history, law enforcement was the service provider for the global drug trade. In March 2021, the perfect operation hit a wall. A tech blogger performed a forensic analysis on an ANOM device. He discovered that the secure messages were being routed to servers in the US and Australia. Paranoia spread through the criminal forums. The FBI had a choice: wait and risk a leak that could cost lives, or burn the entire network now. They chose to strike. June 7th, 2021. The FBI activated the remote kill switch. Simultaneously, 9,000 officers across the globe moved in. It wasn't just an arrest. It was a mass extinction event for organized crime. Operation Trojan Shield was over. Thousands of criminals had paid for their own surveillance, built the evidence against themselves, and handed it over with a monthly subscription. Thanks for watching. This is Rocken.